Welcome to your 30-minute Power Flow Express class. In this quick Power Flow practice, we will build heat and finish with a fun inversion. So if it's helpful to be close to a wall, I invite you to move your space, set up close to a wall, but just know you'll be fine without one too. And if an inversion isn't for you today, don't let this scare you off. There's always options. Let's begin in a child's pose. Taking the knees wide, connecting the big toes to one another. You might gently shift the body from side to side. Allowing your focus to land on your breath as you settle into this shape. Maybe you might gently roll the forehead from side to side. And really begin to deepen and slow your breath as it comes into and out of the body. Letting this time, letting this breath ground you in your space. Bring you into your body. And to welcome your connection to this moment. Staying here together for 3 more full breaths, and knowing that if in these first few moments of stillness, if an intention is presenting itself, maybe that's an intention for this practice, maybe for your day, maybe an intention to shift your way of being in this season. If something's floating to the front of your mind, grab onto it. Welcome it into your bones, bring it to the front of your mind. And for these final 2 breaths together here, let it sink in. Slowly begin to rise up, coming to meet in a tabletop position. From this tabletop position, finding 3 generous hip circles in each direction. Using this movement as a check-in, just getting curious about where your hips are today in this moment. Moving through the other direction. One final time here. As you come back to center, connect the big toes at the back of the mat. Take the knees to connect. Walk the hands in towards the body. You might use your hands to assist the toes. Spread them out. We're coming in the direction of a toe squat. But we'll keep the knees ground down, because we want to focus on waking up the wrists. So finding that perfect spot to land, maybe that's shifting the body forward, maybe you draw back all the way, get a little spicy here. And then interlacing the fingers, beginning to roll out the wrists. The idea is a figure 8 shape. My hands almost never make a figure 8. Awesome. Release the hands to the mat. Keep the toes tucked here. The hands are really close to the body, and then just shift up, roll up onto the toes, and release them back down. One more time. Rolling up onto the toes, maybe spacing the toes out a little bit more. even a little teeny tiny bit more, then releasing back down. From here, walking back out to a tabletop, taking the knees beneath the shoulders, lift the toes, wiggle some life back into them. Draw the fingertips in towards the body, and then gently begin to shift back, waking up the forearms, breathing some life into them. And know you have choices here. If this feels really intense, take the hands a little bit closer to the knees or a lot a bit closer to the knees. If there's a lot of space to explore, you might walk the hands out a little bit more. Keeping the fingertips in the direction of the knees, taking gentle circles. So we'll take 3 circles in each direction. These are really small, just welcoming some mindful energy into the wrists, moving through the other direction. Beginning to think about getting intentional about breaking up that resistance in the body. Whew, lift the wrists. Take the toes to connect one final time, coming back into that toe squat. Lifting the hands and just rinsing out the wrists. Last bit of movement here. Awesome. Let it go, roll them out. Walk the hands to the top of the mat. Take the knees wide. We're gonna pause here for one final movement before we come to our feet. Walk the hands forward, release the forearms to the mat. We're in a melting heart. Really looking to bring the intention to the awakening and opening of the shoulders in this shape. Finding the exact position that feels good for you. If there's a lot of space, maybe even drawing the chin and the chest in the direction of the mat. If the mat is feeling super far away today, always knowing you can close that gap with a prop. One more slow breath. Rise up, root through the hands, walk the hands to land beneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, press the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Arriving there in this first down dog shape, taking some movement to settle in, whatever that looks like. Maybe that's dropping a heel and then the other. Maybe shifting the hips from side to side or taking the knees to a hover. One final breath. Looking to the top of your mat, step the feet to meet the hands. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Pausing here in this half lift. We're actually gonna stay here for a complete breath cycle. So really begin to feel that awakening in the hamstrings, lengthening. I like to think of somebody pulling on a string on the crown of my head and on my tailbone, really pulling the spine out, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And exhale to fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, high plank. Pausing here in this first high plank of the day. Whew. You might take this from the knees if that feels better, but if it's available from the toes, stay here with me. Squeeze everything in, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently shift forward, release to low plank. Inhale, rise to upward. And exhale, tailbone to the sky, downward facing dog. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step or hop back, high to low plank. Inhale to upward. And exhale, downward facing dog. One full deep cleansing breath here, in through the nose. Let that heat go out the mouth. Look to the hands, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale to rise up. Maybe a gentle back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Step or hop back, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Step both feet to the top of the mat. This time the big toes connect at center. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sinking to chair. Pull the pit of the belly into the spine. Maybe you keep the hands at heart center. Maybe you keep them extended over by the ears. Holding here, wiggle the toes. We've got this. One more strong breath. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back to a 45. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Woo-hoo, feel the hips waking up. One more breath here. This time as you inhale, release the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, open up the chest. And as you exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, rise up, squaring that chest off to the front of your space, maybe sinking 1 inch lower. Exhale to fold. Left elbow inside, left shoulder inside the left ear. Knee. Inhale, rise up. Ooh, words are hard. Let the hands go. Inhale, extend the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, high plank. Holding here in this high plank shape, taking the feet out, mat distance apart, looking to just create a stable base, really pull everything into center, finding shoulder taps here, starting with the right hand to the left shoulder for 1, left to right for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pausing here, holding in this wide stance, high plank. Find your breath. And keeping that middle as tight and stable as possible, closing this with 10 more. This time we start left to right for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take the feet in beneath or hip distance apart. Shift forward, release to low plank. Inhale to upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Rinse it out here, one more deep breath. Step the right foot behind the right hand. Back foot comes to 45, rise up, warrior one right side. One more breath here. Release the hands behind the back, open up the chest. Inhale to welcome space through the heart center. And as you exhale, folding forward, humble warrior. Inhale to rise. Staying for a breath. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rise up, let it go, hands to the sky. Exhale, step the back foot to meet the top foot at the top of your mat. Arms extend overhead. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Heel toe the feet out, mat distance apart, sinking down to yogi squat. Taking support if it feels good. And you might really think in this squat about that nice counter movement. So if you're using the elbows to guide the knees open, thinking about pressing the elbows into the knees and at the same time drawing the knees in towards the elbows. Really get intentional about breathing life into the hips here. Maybe taking a little bit of side to side movement if that feels good. Coax the hips open. Yeah, we got this. Finding a little bit of movement here, bringing the spine into the picture. On an inhale, release the right hand to the sky. Release the right hand to the earth, left hand to the sky. Exhale through center. Inhale, left to the ground, right to the sky. Exhale to center. Inhale, right hand releases, left extends. Exhale, center. Inhale, left to the earth, right to the sky. And exhale, center. Pausing here, coming back to center, staying here for one more final strong breath. And release. Take the hands to the mat, heel toe the feet back beneath the hips. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Arms, hands find opposite elbows, landing in a ragdoll shape. As you arrive in this ragdoll shape, taking any movement that feels good. Release the hands, inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding a little bit of stability here, coming into our dancer pose. We'll take 2 rounds on each side, beginning with the right side. So grounding through the left foot, slowly drawing the right knee up to center, then taking the hand to the inside of the foot, thumb to the big toe, and gently, gently, gently squeezing everything into midline. And have to adjust so you don't punch your wall. Slowly begin to release the foot to the hand, extending forward. Keeping that chest lifted and proud. Set that drishti gaze. Holding here, one more strong breath. Gently release. Keep that leg lifted. Let's draw it in towards the chest. Just give it a little squeeze. And release it down. Dancer other side, rooting through the right foot this time. Drawing the knee up and finding that connection. Maybe the foot, maybe the shin is a good place to land. And gently at your own pace, releasing forward. One more breath. Slowly lower, draw the knee to the chest, and let it go. Maybe rolling out that stable ankle. One more time each side, rooting through the left foot. Maybe tickling the wall in front of you. That's okay. Maybe you can lift your chest 1 inch higher on this second round. Slowly lower. Shake it out. Final time. Rooting through the right foot. Rooting through the right foot. Maybe rooting for the right foot here. And slow lower. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step or hop back, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in, rinse it out. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or hop back. High plank. We're here for 1, 2, 3. Just long enough to settle in, then release the forearms to the mat. Coming into a forearm plank. It's getting a little harder to talk here. It's gonna get spicy. Find your positioning, settle in, really root down through the forearms. Feel everything pull into center, pushing into and away from the earth, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay here. Now we're gonna find taps. Beginning by lifting the left arm. And again, you might wanna take the feet out mat distance just to help stabilize your base. And then taking the left hand out in front, tap for 1, right for 2, left for 3, right for 4, left for 5, right for 6, almost done, left for 7, right for 8, left for 9, and right for 10. Ha! Coming back to this forearm plank, holding here 5 more strong seconds. We won't do breaths, we might die. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the hands, press back, downward facing dog. Amazing. We can do hard things. 1 more breath here. Let it go. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, release. Step or hop back, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing. And exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. 1 more breath. Draw, extend the right leg long behind you. Draw the heel to the bum. Open up the hip. And just stay here, rooted down, breathing some life into the hip for 1 more breath. And then flip your dog. Feet come parallel, hips to the sky. Maybe gazing at your back wall. 1 more breath. Slowly release, taking your left forearm to the mat, coming into a forearm side plank. You might keep a knee down if that feels good. You might connect both feet or stack the feet. If you're feeling really spicy, you might lift a leg. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release back to your high plank. Send the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Deep cleansing breath. This time our left leg extends back, draw the heel into the bum, find that space, open up, breathe life into the hips. One more. And flip your dog. Pulling everything into midline, sending the hips towards the sky. One more breath. Slowly release. This time our right forearm comes to the mat, finding our forearm side plank on the other side, landing in the variation that feels good for you. Maybe all the shaking today. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, back to high plank. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to opposite elbows, landing in a ragdoll shape. Maybe taking a second to get a drink of water. Finding movement that feels good in this ragdoll, checking in that you're not gripping or clenching. Really let this nourish you. Hands release to the mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, step or hop back, high to low plank. Inhale to upward. And exhale, downward facing dog. Drop the knees to the mat, just long enough to take your forearms down. Taking our forearms to the mat, then sending the hips back up. We're in a dolphin shape. Staying here in this dolphin, we're gonna find dolphin push-ups for a count of 10. So taking your nose to touch the mat between the thumbs or ahead of the thumbs, or in that direction for 10. Moving through together. For 1, 2, 3, for 4, 5, 6, almost there, 7, 8, 9, final one, and 10. Staying here in this dolphin for one final breath. And release. Come to the hands. Send the hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, hands sweep overhead, maybe a little back bend here. Exhale to fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, step or hop back, high to low plank. Inhale to rise. And exhale, downward facing dog. Taking the knees to the mat and then coming to sit back on the heels. So yogi's choice here, what happens next? We're gonna be exploring an inversion of your choice. This might be forearm handstand or headstand. You might take a forearm stand. You may notice with all of our forearm work today that we have prepped our bodies, our shoulders, our hips are open, our wrists are ready, and our forearms are connected to the earth and strong. So if it feels good to take it by a wall, totally do that. I'm gonna wing it, it's been a hot minute, so let's try it together if you're comfortable doing so. And if you're not feeling any of those, that's okay too. Come to your back, elevate the hips, placing a block beneath the sacrum, send the feet to the sky, and explore a waterfall, whatever feels best. But if you're ready, we'll take a few breaths here together to explore this shape. One more try here. Just know some days it might not happen. That's okay too. Not today. We'll take one more breath here. And coming to meet from wherever you were at in a wide leg child's pose. Extend the arms, maybe taking the head to the mat, coming full circle, connecting the forehead. Gently rolling from one side to the other. Slowly rise up, just long enough to transition to your back. Coming to arrive on your back, drawing the knees in towards the chest. Gentle shift from side to side. Right leg extends. Gently draw the left knee over the body, finding a supine twist to the right. And you might stay here. This might be a good spot to land today. If this twist isn't for you, if you want to connect the knees, stay there, or you might join me drawing the extended heel towards the body, connecting the left hand to the right foot. Deepening this a little bit, maybe gazing over your left shoulder. One more breath. So release back to center. Plant the soles of both feet, mat distance apart, rinse out the hips, reset the spine, windshield wiper movement with the legs. Pausing through center to extend the left leg, drawing the right knee in towards the chest before finding a twist to the left. Staying where you're at, or taking the extended right heel in the direction of the bum. And just know, if you can't close that circuit fully, connecting the hand to the foot, just drawing the heel into towards the bum is a good place to start. Always looking to exercise grace and patience with our bodies in this practice. Gently release, come back to center. Draw the knees to the chest. Take the chin in towards the chest. Give yourself one big squeeze here. Then lower all the way down. Connect the soles of the feet. Supta Baddha Konasana. Taking the arms out to a cactus if that feels good. Maybe you release the arms above the head, drawing the hands to opposite elbows. We'll stay here together for one more breath. Gently at your own easy pace, extend the feet to the bottom corners of your mat. Release the arms softly by the body, palms to the sky. We've worked hard and now is the time to integrate. Full deep breath in. And as you exhale, relaxing and releasing every muscle in the body. Shavasana. Stay here as long as it feels good or as long as your day will allow. But if you're ready to close your practice with me, invite some gentle movement to the fingers and the toes. Slowly extend the arms all the way overhead, lengthen out. Nice good morning, good afternoon, good evening stretch. Then slowly draw the knees in towards the chest. Hands come to the back of the thighs. Chin tucks into the chest. Again, giving ourselves one final squeeze here. Slowly at your own easy pace, rock and roll up and down your spine until you come to land in an easy seated position. Hands draw through heart center, and with the eyes remaining closed, taking 2 deep cleansing breaths to close our practice together. If an intention found you at the beginning of your practice, let it come back to the front of your mind for these final 2 breaths. And if not, that's okay too. Let your focus be on gratitude for landing on your mat. Full breath in the nose, fill the belly. And let it go. Once more together. Thank you so much for landing on your mat and sharing some heat building mindful movements. Have the best day.